Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So I am here today with Mr. Ben Smith, owner and curator of estate and new pipes from Redeemed Pipes.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Now, I wanted to share Ben's story with you guys because if you've ever been to a pipe show, you know that as you walk by all these tables and a lot of these artisans and estate sellers have, a dozen pipes, maybe 24 pipes. You come by Ben's table and there's always people just flocked at his tables because his selection is absolutely second to none. I mean, if you want to buy a $50 pipe, he's got it. If you want to buy a $1,000 pipe, he's got it. So I wanted Ben to share his story with us a little bit because I remember in the Chicago back, several years. The first year it was at the Lincolnshire.
Right.
You weren't even redeemed then. You
Right.
were ultralight.
Just Ben Smith, or Ultralight Luncher is my personal Instagram pipe page.
Yeah. So can you tell us, first of all, talk to us a little bit about how you got into pipe smoking?
Yeah. So it was like 2017. Had some buddies at church that were into pipe smoking, and invited me to a guy's pipe and cigar night, and that was kind of my introduction, and I quickly surpassed them in terms of my collecting and interest in the hobby. They were just very, they had like 2 or 3 pipes, and we'd just get together once a month or whatever, and my interest quickly piqued theirs, but. Yeah, that was kind of
So you
how I
jumped
got
in
started.
with both feet, didn't you?
Right. Yeah, my first pipe was a leather-wrapped Longchamp Canadian. I got off of eBay, and that one I still have it. Don't smoke it as much, but I like to just keep it as a keepsake of my first pipe I ever got.
I love those pipes, those leather-wrapped pipes, and sometimes. I had a few where you would like the leather would start coming off or something like that, and some of that briar is really
nice.
Pretty beautiful briar that they really should have never wrapped up with a leather piece, but that's just the way it is. And then some are just pitted and nasty looking, but they still smoke good. So I love those. So 2017, you got jumped into the business, into the hobby. From that point, what led you to all of this,
Well, yeah, so 2017 started. It was probably late 2018, kind of early 2019 when I really started getting into the artisan side of things, started making commissions, or not making commissions, but requesting commissions from artisans. And, got my first commission was a Scotty Pearsall, from her, and
she's got great stuff.
Right, and got a commission from Nate King, I think, in 2019, and so really dove into the deep end there, and so built up a pretty decent collection over the next couple of years, where I decided to go to the Chicago show in 2022 and kind of try to get rid of a little bit of what I had accumulated. So at that point I was just planning to, attend the show as an attendee and attend the Friday swap and sell that they had. And just sell some stuff at that. But I had such a blast selling on Friday and had enough leftovers that I could still stock a table. I asked them if they had a table available for Saturday and Sunday there at the show, and they said they had a couple tables available, so I went ahead and got one there, and just really enjoyed having conversations with different people throughout the day talking about pipes. It's really a different experience being a vendor versus sitting at a table in the smoking room. You can have, it's really nice to have nice, deep, long conversations, over 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours sitting at a table. That is really nice to do at a show. But you can kind of get that at your local lounge or at your local pipe club, things like that too.
Right.
But I find it really fun to have lots of 5-minute conversations all throughout the day. I find that really interesting and
A lot of variety.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
a lot of variety.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I remember when that first show. I mean, not only were you selling some pipes that you had in your collection or whatever, but you were also selling tobaccos as well. I bought. You had some tins of plum pudding
Okay.
for $5 a piece.
Maybe so.
I thought you were crazy, and so I bought every one you had. I remember that.
Okay.
But I mean, coming to the shows, you also have a stock of not real old tobaccos, but
Sure.
4 or 5 year old tobaccos
Right.
that you sell.
Yeah, I've got someone here that's close to 15, I think. Just a handful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you stop by his table at a show, you're going to get everything that you want: pipes, tobaccos, whatever it is you're looking for, or he can point you in the right direction, because he also has a gentleman. You work with Mad Pipes to help restore some of your pipes that you get.
Right.
And so if there's any restoration things, you can kind of point them in the right direction.
Yeah, I've also been working with a new company, Pipe Revival. Pipe is a fairly new or recently rebranded restoration company. So Pipe Revival Co., piperevival.co is one that I've been working heavily with. And they're just recently been pushing more to bring in more business. So that's one I'd like to recommend as well.
Cool. So I've got a question for you. What is the most expensive pipe you ever sold?
That I ever sold, I have sold a Lars Iverson and a Teddy Knudsen, both roughly about the same price.
Wow.
So yeah,
Great pipes. Were they unsmoked, or were they
both estates.
estate pipes? Okay.
But they still sold for more than any other new pipe I've ever sold. Yeah.
What was the biggest sleeper you ever had? Like a pipe that you just thought, oh, this is going to be awesome, and maybe you're still holding on to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it does seem like the few Todd Johnson pipes that I've had have taken a while to sell. Todd makes fantastic pipes. I have one in my collection.
But you got to be a serious collector.
Yeah, you got right. And so sometimes it's can be tough to sell those. Trying to think what else that I thought would sell immediately but didn't. Looking at the table here.
I mean, I'm looking at your stuff, and you've got. I mean,
stuff seems to move fairly readily altogether. I can't think of
how do
much
you
else.
acquire most of your pipes?
So I would say the majority are either trade-in, people bring me stuff to trade for other pipes that I have, or they just bring pipes to me to buy. When I was first starting out, I did a lot of searching, looking through Facebook pages and stuff, looking for pipes to buy. I don't have to do that much anymore. People come to me to sell, their overflow, and whether it be for cash or for trade, that's how I acquire most of them. Well, I think because I started out in Chicago of 2022 with mostly artisans, I kind of became known for supplying a lot of artisan pipes. And so people know to come to me to sell artisan pipes.
But you also have Sheraton, Ashton,
Right.
Savinelli, Peterson,
Yep.
all the
Yep.
the big factory names as well.
Right.
So
Nordings, yep.
no matter where you are in your collecting desires, Ben's got what you want. I mean, I'm looking at a half a row here of Petersons and Savs.
Yep.
And then, I mean, like I said, from $50 pipes all the way up to however much you want to spend.
Right.
These are, this is such a huge and vastly eclectic collection of pipes. I mean, I really appreciate the selections that you have.
Yeah, I never want to, focus only on a certain demographic of the collecting community. I want more people to be involved in the hobby. I want to be able to supply people with, good. I mean, a lot of these $50 pipes that I have are unsmoked, new unsmoked pipes. You know, and you
I
can
mean,
get,
I see
a
in
great
there
value.
maybe a Sassini, a couple of other pipes. There's some
Yeah.
Bones in there.
Yeah,
you know.
I had a couple Petersons in there early. I think they sold, but you know, yeah, try to have something for everybody.
Yep. Also, if you are looking for a particular brand or
Yeah.
style or whatever, give Ben a shout. Contact him on his Instagram on Redeemed Pipes,
Yep.
and tell him, hey, I'm looking for a birth year Dunhill,
Right.
you know, or whatever. And you know, chances are he's either got it or he knows where to get one. But
Or when one comes in, I can give you a shout.
yeah, he'll keep his eye open for you and kind of see if he can find that out for you.
Right.
So, yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, you know, I don't know that. You know, I like what I'm doing with the pipe side of things. You know, I don't think that I want to, you know, hire anybody to do what I'm doing. I enjoy the customer facing side of things. You know, I have recently hired some people to take some pictures, you know, do some website work or things like that behind the scenes. You know, I like the customer side of things. I like, you know, talking with people about pipes. So yeah, I hope to be at all the shows in 5 years. And
Are you thinking, because currently you don't have a website, do you?
I do have a website, but it mostly just points to my social media or my eBay.
Instagram is where we can see a lot of your stuff.
Right. Instagram and Facebook are basically identical for me.
So
Yeah.
how can we find you? What's your Instagram tag?
So yeah, at Redeem Pipes on Instagram, Redeem Pipes on Facebook, and then Redeem Pipes on eBay.
That was another thing I was going to point out, is that I love working with you because I think, first of all, you're absolutely fair about your pricing.
Appreciate that.
And as far as your trade-in values, I think you give folks what that pipe is worth. You're not trying to cheat them out of anything.
Right.
You know, we're always looking for those ethical salespeople that are passionate about what they do.
Sure.
And you certainly fit that bill. You certainly describe that to a
Yeah.
T.
Yeah, I mean the name Redeem Pipes, you know, is also, you know, bringing old pipes back to life, back for new users, things like that. But also, you know, is a picture of my Christian faith, and you know, I want to be ethical in everything I do, and you know, all my dealings with everybody.
Well, I love working with you. I love you. I don't know how many pipes I've bought from you. I've bought several pipes from you, and all the way down from pipes that my son wanted for $50, you know.
Right, yeah.
And I bought that last year, that Smio
Sato, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, that's
And this beautiful doctor's you're smoking here.
yeah. This
Yep.
doctor's pipe is a pipe that I bought from him, and you know, I've had a lot of enjoyment out of these pipes. You know, so
Yep.
check him out, guys. Make sure that you get on his Instagram, on his Facebook. Ben is a great guy and cool to talk to. I'm going to do kind of a walkthrough here of all the different pipes so that folks can see that.
Thanks for what you do for the community, and enjoyed our
Well,
conversation.
it's my pleasure, man. I enjoy this. Obviously, we both have passion for what we do, and it's really worked out nicely for everyone. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for you this time. Don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time, and have a great week. Bye-bye.